Italiano. Italian word of the day is cognome, which translates to English as surname. And a surname is a family name passed down through generations. My surname is my birth name, and it's a name I'll keep with me my entire life and beyond. It is Leonhardi. And I will link to, in the video descriptions, I provide a full breakdown of the meaning of my name, as well as my full name, including my surname, Leonhardi. And I'll link to that video in the descriptions. That one's from, I think it's 13 February 2022. I'll put the date in the video description. And I'll also link to a reading of the Scotland legend, A Good Name Gives Strength. And that one's from 2020. And so I'll provide links to both of those for context on what my name means and kind of the significance of name choice in at least Scottish culture. It varies culturally how a surname is passed on. So some cultures pass it on through males, so that's like patrilineal. Some are matrilineal, so it's passed down from like the mom to the daughter, or mom to the kid, I guess. I'm part Norwegian, a quarter Old Norse, and in Old Norse, surnames were actually, when people get married, they can take the male name, they can take the female name, they can take the land's name. So there's multiple options, and for that reason, Norwegian, and especially Old Norse, the further back one goes into Norse history, the family trees are extraordinarily difficult to reconstruct because each generation gets a choice. And so like my men, if we go through the public marriage or kind of process or something, and already we decided my name is the surname. So then, like if I have a Kyle, and he has a surname, say Chalmers, and then we get married, he's decided to take my name, and I decided to let him take my name. It's consensual. So then he becomes Kyle Leonhardi, where Leonhardi is the surname. Chalmers is the middle name, perhaps. So that's something for me to consider is, I named kind of 10 public weddings and 14 individuals, and what's my prima finale in that sense. Those are individuals whose surnames I would consider taking on as my middle name if I wanted to change my middle name. I'm not on for changing my first name, and I'm not on for changing my surname, but I don't know. It's just something that we're thinking through. And then I'm going to provide a little clarity. I'm aware I have a lot of soulmates, so I have no soulmates in the following namespaces. So I have no soulmates named Michael, and specifically the American spelling, so Michael. I have that specifically. There might be like the Italian version or spelling, I might have one or of those, but like not the American spelling. I have no soulmates named Russell. I have no soulmates named Nathaniel, Nathan, nor Nate. I have no soulmates named with Popovici in the name. I have no soulmates named Ed, nor Edward. I have no soulmates named Harry. I don't know why I would have a soulmate named Harry. I have no soulmates named Gerbrand or Gerald. And I have no soulmates named Brendan, Brandon, Brandon, Brendan, Braden, Brenton, nor Brunton. That's like a huge namespace. No. And I only make sweet, sweet love with my soulmates. I'm not a female homewrecker type. Female homewreckers, or I guess it's male too. I had a supervisor once who was a male homewrecker type. Homewreckers are people who either actually sleep with somebody else's soulmate or physically and or sexually assault them, and or fake relationships and publicize fake relationships because they want to wreck the relationship, that kind of thing. Called a homewrecker, one of the most common, most hated female types, but it's also a male type. I know from experience working for one of those types. They got some insane, family dynamics there that they actually even chose to showcase at work thing. It was like a school thing, and I was just like, okay. So I only make sweet love with my soulmates, and the same for my soulmates with me. I'm their only, and my soulmates are my only. So I have no soulmates of the names I just listed. So if any of them say they have ever made sweet love with me, made love to me, had sex with me, or anything like that, it was non-consensual on my part. They raped me. Okay. So we're just like, there's people who are like, okay, we know you got a lot of men. Can you start like listing the people who are not yours? So there's a list. Okay. Yeah. So that all gets back to surnames mean a lot. And like, I was grown up with like I met my great grandma. She was alive when I was born. And then she passed away in 1996. So we overlapped for a few years, but each generation of my family's surname meaning and significance has been like just ground into us. And I am not giving up my surname kind of thing. It's who I am. So for this Norwegian lady, I chose to carry on the culture and heritage of who I am in Norway, and the Norse, in Old Norse and before specifically, and my men are taking publicly, if we reach that point, and go through that, my surname Leonhardi. And then links in the video description to the two videos I previously discussed. But it's in Italian, that word is cognome, which is cool that Italian, I think, has that word as well. Happy day.